Hello, everyone. I think we can start. Today we're going to talk about contributing into Ethereum protocol from scratch. Who of you never did this before? Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. So my name is Katya. I'm Ethereum Protocol Fellowship alumni and Ethereum Foundation grantee, and currently I contribute to Lodestar. Quick agenda, we quickly speak about Ethereum protocol and then how to contribute to EAPs, specifications, how to contribute to clients themselves and to testing and research. And in the end, I will share some links for contributor support. So there are some programs which contribute supporters. So here's the schema of the Ethereum protocol cycle, developer cycle. So we start from research, so then goes EIP. Based on the EIP, we have specifications, then goes developer development phase. After that, intensive testing, and the update goes to mainnet. This is kind of a hard fork circle. Before you start contributing, you need to, of course, learn the basics of the protocol, and the easiest resource is ethereum.org. So very, very basic, like what is node, what is consensus. So you can start from here if you know anything, if you don't know anything about the protocol. Then I would like to recommend you Ethereum Protocol Study Group videos. This is the program led by Ethereum Foundation, and there were already 2 cohorts. They invite core developers and researchers, and they give detailed talks about the protocol, about specific parts, so just check it. I would also recommend core developer talks from the conferences like DevConnect, DevCon, SCC, wherever there is like core protocol section. This is your talk. So protocol calls. Protocol has weekly calls, which are called ACD, and you can find them on the Ethereum Foundation YouTube channel. And you can start following the talks. They are quite difficult for understanding from the very beginning, but if you do it maybe like half a year, so you will know better. And of course, specifications is a high level, so you can try to read them after you start diving into the protocol. And yeah, so let's start from the EIPs. I would recommend you to follow the Ethereum Cat herders. They are supporters of the EIPs. So, and there is also the good resource about EIPs, EIP insights. So, Ethereum Cat herders like make recordings, they translate it on X, so everything about EIPs. The basic EIP for contributors is this one, EIP 5069, EIP Editor Handbook. So this EIP is specifically for contributors. The process of editing described here, so you can just follow it. And there is a good workshop, EIP Editors Workshop from ETHCAT Herders. All the links I will aggregate on my GitHub repo, and it will be at the end on the last slide. So this talk tells about how to be an author of EIP, how to be an editor of EIP, and how to be a reviewer. So editor is like a medium level, and reviewer is like high level if you're a specialist in the field, so you can be a reviewer. So depending on which EIP is. Let's go to core development, because this is what I'm mostly doing. Ethereum protocol itself is like a set of rules, set of EIPs, and what we build is Ethereum clients, which are based on the EIPs, on the specifications, and normally it's just a software, like backend software. And for example, if you are already Web2 developer and you are familiar with these concepts like CLI, P2P database, API, and others, so you can already start contributing. If you know anything from this, you can find anything to improve in the client, and you can contribute. And of course, clients have their main logic, like Ethereum logic, and Ethereum now has two layers, execution layer and consensus layer. Execution layer is X proof of work, so it was the only client before merge. And the main logic of the execution layer is all about transactions, EVM, transaction processing. It also has execution API, and it's responsible for fee market logic. Consensus layer is, it consists of pick and chain part and validator part, and it's all about consensus, attestations, propagating blocks, staking, fork choice, and it also has beacon API. So in fact, you need just to choose where you're going to contribute, to execution layer or to consensus layer. And here is the list of the current clients, active clients. So you may choose like by programming language, for example, and just by layer. So, and here we go, you're ready to start contributing. So what do you need to do? You just need to go to the client's repo and find documentation, find a contributor's guide. This is your main document where you need to start. And I would recommend you to join client's Discord because you can get some help there. And initial setup for development, for code development, just Git. You will use it a lot, and Docker and prerequisites from the contributors guide. And kurtosis is not necessary. I will come to it later, but this is it. You can start contributing. The next steps are just open source contributions. So Ethereum is an open source software, so all the steps like forking repo, etc., works here. So fork the repo, try to build a project, try to run the tests, and you can also run a node locally. So all these steps, how to run tests, how to build the project, all are in the contributors guide. So if you have your own running, so it's already a success. Sometimes it's not easy. But if you have it, so you can see the logs and you can follow the logs. Just how the node is like launched and where is this code in the code base. You can just a little bit follow just to meet the logic, the architecture. What is going on here and where is it in the code, like how the block propagates, etc., attestations, so you can follow the log. Then for the beginners, I would recommend good first issues. So every client has these issues labeled like good first issue. So you can go to their GitHub repo, find this issue just by labels, filtering labels. Just go through them, read them, try to find something you can more or less understand. And then you start working on code. So try to assign yourself to the issue. You just write the comment like, please assign me to this issue. I'm going to work on it. You can tag the author of the issue, like here, for example. And you can ask follow-up questions. If it's not clear to you what to do, you can ask here in the comments. So, and you just start building. Whenever you are ready, you open a PR and push your commits and get a review from core developers. So it's kind of a dialogue. You build, they review, and again, maybe several cycles of this. I would also recommend you to use Discord because you need to be patient. When you open a PR, it takes some time, I don't know, maybe day, 2, 3, or week, because core developers are busy, so whenever they reach your PR, so probably sometimes it's easier to reach out in Discord. So for this, you need to find the channels which are marked as developer or contributor, it actually should be marked in the contributor guide. And you can just ask in the, for example, developer channel. So I have a problem, or give a link to your PR. So the final goal is to make your PR merged. So, and whenever it's merged, you can start again, choose next issue, and just dive into the protocol step by step. Some other ideas how to start with the protocol. It may be hackathon, because Ethereum Foundation sponsors some of the hackathons, for example, ETH Global and others. So you can just go to the hackathon. They will provide you with some ideas already, what they need, and yeah, you can start building. You can try at least, and they will be there. They will help you. Yeah, they will provide some help. Another idea is just your own project. Maybe you're interested in something specific, some EIP or, I don't know, improvement or refactoring. So you can just start building your own idea. But before you start, please reach out to core developers if it's still relevant or not. You need to know it. And another idea, just to join other contributors, like work in a group, collaborate with other developers. I know some cases where people start like this. Okay, we build the code. Let's talk about testing. So every client, as a normal software, has some tests, for example, like unit test, integrations, end-to-end, and it has specific blockchain, like protocol tests, like fuzzing, for example, or interop tests, and of course spec tests, where we test specifications. So for these three parts, you just can run it locally. And for these ones, most of the time you need specific tooling from DevOps team. So you can build your test, you can run tests, and you can contribute to tests because, for example, testing tool, here is one of them, Dora and Kurtosis, is also an open source software. So you can, for example, pick not a protocol itself, but the tooling itself as well. So here is the Dora running, and here is how we test interop clients. So we just combine, all the clients should be combined with each other. And this here on this slide, it's the network running successfully. So all the procs are proposed, and we see the finality. So yeah, so, this is how you can contribute to testing. Spec tests are built by the Ethereum Foundation team, and there are two kinds of tests, for execution layer and for consensus layer. And you can also contribute the same way as in the development. They are built in Python, and in fact they are just inputs and outputs. So Ethereum clients just take the inputs, go through the code, and compare the outputs. They should be the same. So this is how we check that the client is I mean, the client is like follows the specs. So what about research? Research is like complicated part. I would like to recommend these two resources. ETH Research is like more technical, where researchers discuss their ideas, new APIs, upcoming upgrades, and Ethereum Magicians is more for community. It's like about EIPs and also like protocol calls. So use both just to start to find some idea. And additionally, you can visit research calls. They are also on YouTube. You can make some analysis if you're interested in research. For example, there is a new EIP upcoming, so you can make an analysis of it. For example, run node. You can work on benchmarks as well. And if you're a developer, you can build a prototype, which is sometimes like also needed for researchers. And you can join Ethereum R&D Discord and follow the research team. So they are pretty active there, the same as developers. The last one is specifications. So contributing into specifications is quite hard because you need to know already the protocol very well. They are built in Python as well, but it's complicated, but it's possible. So it's the same. Open issue, you can go to GitHub repo of the specifications, try to solve an issue if you're interested in the specifications themselves. Support programs for contributors. There are a bunch of them. Next Billion Fellowship is in general for contributors of the Ethereum. Like if you have a dApp or if you have an idea, I don't know, like community stuff, something like this, you can apply. This support program is also it's like giving a grants. So if you also want to contribute and get a grant, if you have serious project, so feel free to apply here. These two programs, EPS and EPF, this is what I did. They normally run once a year, so it starts from study group. So people study just around 2 months. You can join the calls, the regular calls, and then there is a like application process. So you apply for EPF for fellowship if you want, and the program itself it takes 5 months. So current fellows are here in Gans. So you choose a project. This year they recommended some list of projects. You choose a project, you work on it, and by the end of the fellowship, you need to present it. You need to make it done. There is also initiative for women. If you want to start, we are very supportive and we help women to also try to contribute. This is it. This is the repo with all the links. I would recommend you some other resources like EPF Wiki. This resource is built by fellows, so they aggregate all the links, talks there, so very, very useful. If2book.info is a description of the protocol, but it's outdated. But anyway, I recommend it still, like it's the basics of the protocol. And DevCon.org, all the talks of the core developers are there. Thank you very much. I'm ready to questions. If we have time.
If you have any questions, just raise your hand. I'll bring the mic to you.
Hey, yeah, just from your experience, how do core developers actually allocate time when they observe that someone posted an issue in a GitHub, want to fix something? Because usually they're quite busy, but still it's kind of important to kind of keep communities engagement to kind of react on what they're proposing. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know how our core developer does it. He just, I don't know, he's like big professional. He reviews the PRs from core developers and also from the contributors. To be honest, I don't know how he does it, but he does actually regularly. So contributors, PRs reviewed regularly. So it's kind of extra work. But yeah, everyone knows that contribution is important. And we actually welcome contributors, so we need their help. Anything else about fellowship maybe or?
Hi there. If you apply for a grant from the Ethereum Foundation, how much collaboration there is between, let's say, the entity that has got the grant and the Ethereum Foundations and the core developers? Can you explain a bit how this interaction works, if you know?
Well, what I know, so initially you should have an idea and you should discuss it with core developers or researchers, and if you, I think like if you have like approval a little bit, like oral, then you can start the process of applying. But anyway, even if you don't have approval, why not? Why not to try? So you interact with the team using Discord mostly, or maybe Telegram if you have some contacts. But yeah, Discord is more available because, yeah. There is a link for these grants, and in case you need it. No more questions? Yeah.
Hello. So does the Ethereum Foundation have some relation with ISO or ETSI or Senelec standardization organization?
I don't know, because I'm not from Ethereum Foundation. No, I don't know, sorry.
Oh, there is some proxy to ask some point of information?
I
How
think you
can I
can,
get this,
using Discord, you can ask. Just
Uh-huh.
join the Discord, R&D Discord, and yeah.
Maybe here during the conference there is something.
Of course, some of them are here,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, maybe we
Yeah.
can get into.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much today.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate y'all's time today. Can I give it up?